charts. So look, we're surviving by a thread inside the triangle in this weekly look of the price of Bitcoin. And we will, of course, need to wait an entire week to see how this closes. But we are now forming an entire weekly candle under the moving average. And that's not a good sign. This also means if we stay under the moving average, we fall under this triangle next week. And that is, of course, a bearish sign. Now, someone messaged me about the Lucid SARS being potentially wrong. I need to get back with my Pine developer to help me understand what's going on with the Lucid SARS, and I want to make my own SARS. I basically just want to make all my own indicators. Let's go to the daily chart. So on the daily chart, this is also bad, and this week is even worse. Sorry, today is even worse. To me, this is bad. We spent an entire body of a candle under the 50 period moving average, and I'll just double check. That's not the moving average script. Yes, 50 period moving average. Just want to be sure. We spent an entire body of a candle under the 50 period moving average, which is bad, and now we're spending an entire candle range under the moving average. That is also bad. I have no choice but to turn bearish on the daily chart. The TA is telling me to turn bearish on the daily chart. Everyone has their own view of TA, and this is the worst daily scenario for Bitcoin that I've seen pretty much in a while. As we scale back, we have not had a full candle below the 50 period moving average. We have to go all the way back to October. We have to go all the way back to October, the last time we were under the 50 period moving average. And if you zoom out, you've done well. If you trade the moving average crossover, you would have been fully in on Bitcoin at 10,000, and you would be exiting, well, in the near future. You wouldn't even have to exit yet. You'd still be bullish if you're just trading the major crossovers. And you would have held all through this and all through this and all through this. Now, those of you that are going to yell and scream, how come you didn't see the exit right here at the very top? Well, that's not always how trading works. Sometimes you can time the perfect top and sometimes you can't, just like sometimes you can time the perfect dip and sometimes you can't. So for me, the big picture is way more important than the small picture, though on the small picture, everyone was informed that we had a 4-hour MRI top. So it depends how relevant each time frame is to you. So I was bearish right here on a 4-hour MRI top. I just wasn't this bearish. And I was very bullish on this MRI buy. In fact, I was trying to buy this dip right here at the very bottom, but this clearly did not materialize. I was expecting us to be significantly higher by now, and we're not. To me, a real disaster happens if we start trading below this line. This is now my new line in the sand right here. And if we go below this line, I believe the selling is going to accelerate. And yes, I am only looking at the price action because to me, that's the most important part, is the price action. So let's see what happens. Hey, that, what do you call it? That pi cycle top could very well be right. Who knows? But that's not the kind of metrics I use. I use just price action, chart patterns, and MRI, and that represents 90% of all my decision making in that order. Price action, which is candlesticks, chart patterns, and then MRI. I see a super chat. Mark, thank you. Can you check Doge? Yeah. I'll check Doge. So to me, on a 4-hour chart, that is bad. And on a daily chart, that would certainly accelerate the selling. So if we are going to continue selling, where is my potential buy the dip? Well, my potential buy the dip is going to be in about 4 to 5 days. There's going to be a combination of the 128-day moving average, along with the support line from the MRI top, from this MRI top, to be specific. This MRI top did not generate one of these lines, mostly because this was an MRI top that flipped the count. In any case, there's also going to be an MRI buy opportunity in about 5 days. So if for me to have a perfect buy the dip, there would be one more catastrophic crash similar to the one we had 2 days ago, and it would take place in about 4 days. And this way I can time my perfect buy the dip at $47,000, $48,000 along with an MRI buy. But I don't know if that's going to happen because I don't know what the future holds. But for now, I have turned bearish on the daily chart. The red star activated that, but like I said on the video of this crazy day, that had I not exited at this blue line, which would have been below the moving average and with a red star and below a critical prior support of a swing high consolidation, if I did not exit right here, I would not have panicked down there, because things do go back to the mean. And considering how yesterday's candle started trading, I was hoping that it would end similar to this. However, the way yesterday's day ended and the way today has already started makes me exiting my GBTC positions. I don't really care if I lose a little bit of money, because it will prevent me from losing more money, and I could always go back in later on. So right now, I am looking for a buy the dip opportunity here in the below $50,000, or we would need to rally all the way back to 59 plus for me to consider buying the next high. This is what happens in these situations. I am going to take these full candles under the moving average seriously, and if we reverse from here, so be it. Okay, that is my current position. The weekly chart, still has me a little bit hopeful, but once again, we are looking at a full candle below the moving average. The MACD is about to cross over. The RSI is now telling me not to be long in this market. And the CMF, while still bullish, is certainly going down. One last thing I really want to look at is the funding rate. And the funding rate is now starting to favor the bulls, but I wanted to spend a significantly more amount of time here in order to kind of negate this giant thing that came before it. So this is what I'm looking at. All right. Yeah, it's disappointing, but it is what it is. Hey, thank you guys for watching the live stream. We have over 1,300 viewers right now. Sorry I couldn't catch Australia awake, but someone from Japan said they were watching. Okay, let's look at shitcoins. Doge was looking up. Let's see, it's a 1 to 4 candle. If I look at that's weird. Since Bitcoin is dropping, I didn't expect that from Ethereum. So that means this year, they're most certainly next. Oh, wow. That looks amazing. I didn't even read. I just paid $110 for it. Yeah. That's what the liquid side chain is. Am I frozen? I don't think so. If you're looking for something a little more substantial, check out the on-demand videos right here. loading a little slowly. And if you want something more advanced, check out the MRI. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm going to cut the screen share. I'm going to show you this incredible thing. So there's one thing that I really like eating that comes just below a really good ribeye. And I have to do this carefully so I don't spill it all over my laptop because there's butter on that plate. And that is whole fish. So whole fish is one of my favorite things to eat. So ribeyes or whole fish. And this looks absolutely incredible. All right. I'm going to go eat. Thank you all so much for watching and see you all on the next one.